Welcome to another episode of Riding and Wrenching, the biggest little YouTube channel on the entire interwebs. I am your host, Q the Rider, and in today's episode, we're going to find out if the CVO, the brand new CVO from Harley Davidson, is overpriced. I've gotten a lot of feedback on my prior videos about my new bike, people making a variety of comments about how expensive they are. So I'm going to read a couple of these comments to you. Oh, Kurt says, I guess if you have the money. Yoshi says, $50,000 for a bike? Let that sink in. Joe Burr says, nice bike, just $20,000 overpriced. Road Glide 1142 says, I refuse to pay $53,000 for a bike and be a guinea pig for Harley Davidson. Melissa says, $60,000. When you're done, you should have just bought a custom bike. And finally, Mr. Netnut says, the rich saved Harley. I didn't know I was the rich, but thank you anyway. But then he followed that up with says, you ruined it at the same time. He's a 70-year-old rider and has a 57 Panhead and a 23 Road King. You know what? I salute you, sir. I think that's pretty awesome. You know, I like classic vehicles too. Got one myself. And I'd love to have an opportunity to ride one of those classic Harleys one day. I salute you. First of all, there's a lot of bad information that's out there about how much the bike costs. The sticker price for the bike is $43,000, or actually $42,999, $43,000. There are a few, I think you got to pay a delivery charge and some Harley markup. So the out the door price is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about $45,000. But there are some dealers that are marking these things up through the stratosphere. And I'm not talking about any of the markups. So we're going to compare the $43,000 for the base price of this bike to the base price of a Road Glide Standard. And in order to compare a Road Glide Standard to a CVO, we're going to add on the cost of all of the standard upgrades that most people are going to do, in particular upgrades to make it equivalent to what you get with the CVO. And one of the first things that we're going to have to talk about is the power. So that Road Glide Standard comes with a 107, the CVO comes with a 121, and it is powerful. And to get that 107 Road Glide Standard to match the CVO, you're probably going to have to do a stage 4, which is going to set you back about $10,000. Maybe a little cheaper in some places, maybe more expensive in others, but somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000. And then you're going to have to talk about the sound system. Now again, the stereos are different because this one has the new enormous touchscreen, and the Road Glide Standard, the way I optioned it on Harley's website, will have the Boom GTS. The Boom GTS is a phenomenal touchscreen system. It works very well and basically has all the same functionality that we can get in this bike, mostly. But that Boom GTS is only going to come with 2 speakers that don't have an amplifier. So you're going to have to upgrade the audio system on there, and that's going to cost you somewhere in the neighborhood of about $2,500 to match what's on the CVO. The next thing you're going to have to do is take a look at the handlebars. The stock handlebars on the CVO are 11-inch. They come with heated grips, and they are really nice. Now, personally, I'll probably still change my bars out because I want something a little bit more stylish. But in terms of the height and the functionality, they're awesome. I can't say that for the Road Glide Standard. So you're going to have to spend somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,500 to $2,000 to get handlebars with heated grips that are going to match what comes standard on the CVO. The next upgrade that you're going to have to do to your Road Glide Standard to make it more competitive with the CVO is upgrade the suspension. And you're going to be looking somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,000 for that. And then you got to look at a custom seat, because the CVO comes with a custom seat. It's hard, but it's still a custom seat. The seat on that Road Glide Standard is also going to be hard, and it's plain. So you're going to spend somewhere between $500 and $700 customizing the seat on that Road Glide Standard. And then the next thing you got to talk about is the wheels. Again, the CVO comes with custom wheels, 19 in the front, 18 in the rear. To get some custom wheels on that Road Glide Standard, you can expect to spend somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,500. And you're also going to have to look at adding an alarm system. And that's all I got on my list. And so that brings our custom Road Glide Standard up to just under $48,000, or $5,000 more than the cost of the CVO. The CVO is a steal. It's a great price. But even after you customize that Road Glide Standard, I'm going to give you a list of some of the things you still won't have. Lighted hand grip controls, tire pressure monitoring, locking saddlebags, a custom paint job, a bike cover, a second key fob, saddlebag luggage, upgraded floorboards and mirrors, this lower fairing that people seem to like. I'll probably take mine off. But the most valuable thing that you're not going to get on your customized Road Glide Standard is that CVO badge. I don't care how many upgrades you do to the Road Glide Standard, it's still a Road Glide Standard when you go to trade it in. This is still going to be a CVO when I trade it in. And the difference between that is going to be the cost of ownership, because you're not going to get your money back on all those upgrades you did. And again, I'm not knocking anybody who customizes their bike, because I've done it myself. I'm not knocking anybody who likes to do their own builds and make the bike their own. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And if that's what you choose to do, that's cool. But that doesn't take away from the fact that the CVO is still a great price. It is priced very well, and anyone who chooses to buy one, you got a hell of a good bike at a fantastic price. Now, as for me, I'm still going to upgrade my CVO. I'm going to upgrade some of the things we talked about. I'm going to do my handlebars, because I'm going to do 12-inch bars. It has 11-inch bars on it. I want something a little bit more stylish. Speakers. I'm going to replace the saddlebag speakers. The stock speakers in here are 5x7s. I want 6x9s because I want a little bit more sound. And if that's not loud enough, I'll probably add 2 more speakers. And I'll probably do it anyway, because I'm also going to put a King Tourpack on here, which doesn't look right without speaker pods. So this is going to be a 6-speaker bike. But I will tell you, the sound system on this bike is phenomenal. I actually knocked it on a prior video, and I'm going to do a full correction when I do my 5,000 mile update video in a couple of days. But the sound system on here is incredible, but I still want a little bit more sound. And also, no one can do a Harley without upgrading or without swapping out the slip-ons. I need a little bit more sound. The only option right now for the black chrome that's on here is from Clockworks, but I also know that Tab Performance is working on making some mufflers that match the black chrome. Check out Robert Simmons' YouTube channel, Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle, because he talks about those on there. And you can also go to my Facebook group, 2023 Harley CVO, because Robert's on there, and he posted some pictures of those Tab mufflers, and they look amazing, and they sound good too. So the bottom line is, everybody who buys a Harley spends some money on upgrades. Some people start with a Road Glide Standard, maybe a Road Glide Special, or maybe you just start off with a CVO and you upgrade it the way you want. No one's wrong for doing what they do, but there are some cost advantages to starting with the CVO. This is Q. I'm riding, I'm wrenching, and I am out.
So what is it that you're doing here?
Well, I have a YouTube channel.
Do you really? I'm sorry.
This little YouTube channel on the entire interwebs. Yep. Get it, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm not going to do any snitching here. Huh? No snitching?
No snitching. No, none whatsoever.
Okay, so I won't say nothing about